When I was 8 years old, I was dishonorably discharged from the Brownies. That was never my intention. In fact, my best friend, Carolyn, and I decided to join the Brownies because our older sisters had had wonderful times as Brownies, and they had flown up to become Girl Scouts. They had gone camping, they sang songs, and they ate s'mores. What else could we possibly want? So we joined the Brownies. On the very first day that we met, we went to the elementary school that we attended for the meeting. We were Catholic schoolgirls, so we met at St. Scholastica Elementary School and waited outside near a long set of stairs that went down to the basement, getting ready for the meeting to begin. We met some girls who were also in the Brownies, one of whom happened to be the leader's daughter, and her name was Elizabeth. For some reason, Elizabeth took an incredible dislike to my friend Carolyn, and before I knew it, she had shoved Carolyn down this set of 14 concrete stairs. I was aghast for several reasons. One, I was afraid Carolyn was going to die, and the second was she was headed directly to the bottom of a set of stairs. And at the bottom of that set of stairs was a place that we called at our Catholic school the hawker pit. Because all of the boys, every time they walked past the stairwell, took the opportunity to lean over the metal fence and spit and watch the spit fall down to the bottom of the concrete steps. So I raced to the bottom of the stairs, rescued her from the hawker pit, and we went inside. We went back into the bathroom and tried as best we could to clean up the blood and blot it off with those little tiny squares of toilet paper, and did our very best to make her into the best way we could. We got back out into the basement, and all the girls were seated at a long lunch table, and they were making styrofoam pincushions. You take a styrofoam ball, you cut it in half, wrap it in red velvet, put a mason jar lid on top, and then put gold braid across the top. And then you do it again. It was a little Brownie Sweatshop. We walked up to the leader, and she said, "Where have you been?" And I pointed to Carolyn's wounds and said, "Your daughter pushed my friend down the stairs." And she said, "My daughter would never do that." And we said, "We're Catholic kids, we don't lie. Monsignor Hayes is across the street, we're not gonna lie." And she said, "Take a seat." So we went over and sat down, kind of seething in our eight-year-old little selves. And at that moment, I looked up and realized that the leaders had left the basement. They just left 16, 18-year-olds sitting at a table. And within a few minutes, the leader's daughter got up and left. And I looked at Carolyn, and Carolyn looked at me. And I looked at the jar of rubber cement. And I took the rubber cement and poured it on the chair, and it pooled perfectly in the back of the metal rim. And the leader's daughter was gone long enough that it set up perfectly. She came back and sat down, made another pincushion. Next thing, we waited. She stood up, she screamed. The leaders came running in. What's going on? To see the leader's daughter running around the basement with the chair stuck to her backside. They asked us, "Who did this?" And we said, "We did." We confessed. We're Catholic. They asked us never to return. Now, there is a positive ending to this story because 20 years later, I was at a party, and the host of the party introduced me to his wife, and he said, "This is Kathy Cloninger. She's the president of Girl Scouts USA." And I said, "Oh," because I knew the next question. "Have you ever been a Girl Scout?" And I said, "I'm still Catholic." So I said, Yeah. And I told a miniature version of the story, and Kathy listened, and she then left for a few minutes. And when she came back, she was holding a golden Girl Scout trefoil pin, and she pinned it on my shirt, and she said, "Consider yourself honorably reinstated." Thank you.